Welcome to PCTV. I'm Nizar
And I'm Jared.
And we're going to take you by the hand and guide you through the digital landscape. Now today, what we're going to do is we're going to answer a question from a viewer, Wendy from Sterling, who asked us how to set up a Wi-Fi network. So we're going to go through all the different aspects of setting up a Wi-Fi network, including configuring your router and making sure that you've done everything correctly.
Yeah, we're going to look at some simple security points that need to be looked at with setting up a router, like changing the default passwords and creating a security key for your wireless. And we'll also then look at what else you can do with your wireless home network, like connecting up some other peripherals like your phone and your smart TV.
Your smart TV, so that you can use the TV to watch internet while you're sitting in your lounge room. As well as that, we'll show you how to connect up your Wi-Fi laptop and make sure that everything is secure and stable.
Today we're going to look at your internet connection. You may already have one, or you may be interested in getting one, and most likely today it'll be an ADSL connection. And wireless connectivity usually comes with this. So what we want to look at is the interface to your wireless router to make sure that you can maximize the benefits that it offers in terms of connecting up TVs, phones, various other bits and pieces. And we also want to look at some settings to make sure it's secured so that other people, malicious people out there, can't use your wireless connection that you're paying good money for to do their own malicious business. So one of the first things that you should look at if you're buying a new connection or already have one is where you physically place your modem router. Especially if you're going to use wireless, because a line of sight is excellent and certain materials can really mess with the connection speeds. So while it might connect, you'll just get slower speeds. So look around, put it in a place that is going to be in general proximity to the devices that you want connected to it, and certainly don't hide it behind shielded materials like strong metal or thick wood or thick stone walls, because that will affect the performance. It'll still work, but you could get the most out of it just by looking where you place it. Obviously it's going to have to be placed near your phone connection, because ADSL, being the asynchronous digital subscriber line, utilizes the copper framework that is there for all normal phones. So put it in a good spot. And then once you've got it in a good spot and you can connect to it, we'll look at those settings for security, etc. So the first thing we want to do is jump into the router interface. This is something that can be accessed through your normal browser on your computer. In some cases with routers, you'll have to physically plug them into the network cable. Others will automatically have their wireless enabled, and as long as you type in the right local address on your browser, you'll get it. So we'll do that now. The one we're setting up today is very generic. It's usually a 192.168.1.1 address, and you will see the logon screen for your device. So what you want to do is pop in the administration username and password, which by default will usually be something like username admin, password admin. You want to change that straight away. You want to write it down, store it somewhere secure, and not use the default, because again, malicious users out there will capitalize on that. So the kind of screen that we see when we jump into our administration page is like this. And what we want to do is look at wireless settings. You'll see the name of your Wi-Fi network. That's called an SSID. You can either broadcast this or keep it hidden. Generally go with the defaults if you're a first-time user. If you know what you're doing, then you can play with it. But the very, very important part of this section is the security key. This is an alphanumeric string that you need to enter for any device to connect and get internet through your wireless modem and router. So we can look at that right here. Once you're happy with what you've set, you save and apply the changes, and you'll find your wireless modem and router will restart itself with these new settings and hopefully be much more secure. Now what we want to look at is your ADSL settings in the interface. This is probably the most important part of it because this is what will actually enable you to get internet through your ISP, your internet service provider. So you see a usual bunch of fields here, which is your username and password. That will be provided by your ISP. The protocol, again, that will be provided by your ISP. VPI number and VCI. These are settings that are usually pre-configured these days, but if you need to set them up, you'll probably get a sheet from your ISP that will give you the various settings and how to connect it up. So just follow the bouncing ball there and you shouldn't have a problem. Again, once you've put in your unique username and password, save and apply the changes, your modem will restart and then you should be ready to go with the internet. Okay, now that we have a wireless network available to our devices, we need to connect to it with our devices. So what we're going to look at here is a laptop and we will connect up to the wireless network that's available in this place. What we do is go down to the taskbar and you will see that we're not connected and that connections are available. So if you click on that, Windows 7 would have automatically started scanning for networks and you'll see a bunch that are available. What you want to do is pick out the one that had the name that you assigned in the interface. So if you wanted to call it Joe's Internet, it should come up as Joe's Internet if that's the SSID assigned to it. So we'll connect to that one and we'll see that it's doing its thing. We've connected successfully. We've put in our security key and then we can open the Network and Sharing Center. This will give us the opportunities to share various things on our laptop with other devices on our local wireless network. What we want to do here, seeing that we're now nice and connected, is we want to look at our home group settings. There's currently no home group on this network. We could set one up with this laptop and then that would be available to any other device that we put on there. Really useful if you want to share photos to people's phones, smartphones for example, or you know, you've got a bunch of photos you took on your phone and you want to download them to your home computer or your home network so that they're available to look on your smart TV, for example. So we've got a lot of options from there once we're connected.
Okay, so now that we've connected up our Wi-Fi to the laptop, we want to see if we can connect a wireless connection to our smartphone. Now, my smartphone that I've got right here at the moment is going to be connected up to the current Wi-Fi that we just configured just a few minutes ago. So now it's not too difficult to do. What we'll do is on your smartphone you hit settings like this and it will look for the wireless and network. So you click that there. It'll ask me to turn on my Wi-Fi first of all. So I turn it on. So in this instance we're going to connect up to the current local wireless network, which is called Netcom Wireless 7085. As you can see, it's got a little padlock there next to the little icon which means wireless. That means that it's an encrypted and locked wireless network so that people can't just access it willy-nilly. So what we do is we can click on that. It'll ask me straight away for the password, which I have down here. And in that instance, all I do is I add it to it. Okay. So after I've connected up, see it says there what the password is. So you hit connect like this. And in a second, it'll tell me it's connecting at the very top. It's looking for an address. It's giving me an address. And then at the top part of my icon status notification on my phone, you'll see that little icon. And that icon means that we're now connected to the wireless network. So it's as simple as that. Now, that will always remember that wireless network for this particular network that we've just accessed. And so it means that you won't need to set up that password every single time you connect with your phone. Your phone will remember it, and every time you go connect up or turn Wi-Fi on, if you're in the vicinity, it will automatically connect you. And in that way, it's a lot more convenient. It now means that I can go straight to my internet connection and go to Google, and it works straight away. There you go. And that's how to set up your smartphone so that it connects up to your Wi-Fi local network.
Okay. So now we want to look at hooking up your smart TV, if you've got one, to your wireless internet home connection. This is an extremely useful feature and it generally revolves around something called DLNA, which is Digital Living Network Alliance. It was an open standard created by Sony and now a lot of appliances use it. So in order to hook your television, your smart TV, directly up to your internet, we'll show you how to do that. So what you want to do, and this varies per manufacturer. We happen to be looking at a Panasonic here. It might be different if you've got a Sony or an LG, but ultimately the steps are very much the same. So you want to go into your tools section and go through to find, this is a Panasonic Viera, so it's called Viera Connect. Sony will have a version, LG will have a version, etc. But this is what we've got for Panasonic. And it will search for a wireless network. Be sure that you have actually hooked up the wireless receiver for your TV. It's usually a small device that is connected via USB, and it just needs to be plugged into the back of the TV. So it's one of those accessories that you get with your TV, and if you didn't know what it did, this is what it's for. So now that we've connected to our wireless access point with our TV, what we need to do is put in that security key that we set earlier in the interface. This is the same one that you set for your mobile phone or any other device, the laptop. So we need to type it in, and then this TV will be able to connect to the internet. So now we're connecting to our wireless access point. Just like any other device. However, these will vary based on the manufacturer of your TV, because it is a custom application embedded in the TV to give us the access. Generally the same steps, however. So as you can see now, our connection to our access point is complete. We have found the right SSID, and our wireless type will generally auto-negotiate authentication and encryption, and we can see our reception has got 5 green bars, which is very good. We finished there, and now we can run through a test. Looks like we got a bunch of ticks, which is great, meaning that we can then go right back to our connect, and we should start to see whatever internet features are available to your particular TV. So as we can see here, we have Quick Flicks, we have ABC iView, fantastic site that we looked at earlier in PCTV. We have YouTube. We can look at more. We can see Twitter, Facebook, Yahoo. There's going to be various providers of internet content that are going to be automatically available to your TV. Now, bear in mind, this is not a web browser. You can't access everything like you would on a normal computer, but there is a layer on the TV that allows you to access very popular sites. So shall we go to YouTube, for example? PCTV. And we might be able to find some of the PCTV episodes that have been uploaded thus far. I think I've got one I shortcutted earlier. So here we can see PCTV, and if we click on that, it'll start to load up one of our first segments of Indispensables. And once again, what we need to know is, bear in mind, this TV is connected directly to the internet.
In this segment of PCTV, we're going to look at some
And that pretty much covers our smart devices and connection to your home wireless LAN. Okay, so hopefully we've covered your wireless LAN if you're thinking of getting one or you already have one, and what it can do, configuring it, and looking at the various devices that can connect up to it to use its features. We'd like to thank Wendy from Sterling for asking the question about home wireless LAN, and if you have any further inquiries, please let us know through our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Today on Indispensables, we're going to have a look at a program called CutePDF.
Right, so what's PDF?
Well, a PDF is a format for a document. It means portable document format. And it's really common now. It's become a standard because once you create a document from Word or Excel or any other program into a PDF, it's locked.
And it maintains that format and maintains everything exactly where it's positioned the way you put it, correct?
That's right, and you need special software to actually edit that. You can even prevent it with permission. So it's the equivalent of printing something in hard copy, but it's staying electronic.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, the company that pretty much owns the PDF market is Adobe.
Yeah.
Adobe is a licensed product. It's quite expensive.
Yes, it is.
It's worth it, but a lot of the time, all people want to be able to do is just simply make a PDF out of their Word document. So you might want to, you did your resume.
Yeah.
You want to make your resume into a PDF and send that around. You know everyone's going to be able to open it.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to change it.
Yeah. And it will look the same.
Yeah. So CutePDF, what it does is it's a free open license bit of software for personal use, not commercial. And what it allows you to do is install a virtual printer on your machine.
Right. So let's download it and install it.
So it's pretty easy to find. We can go to Google here and look for CutePDF.
There it is right
Comes
there.
up straight away.
Now we want the CutePDF writer, correct?
Yeah, so as you can see, Acro Software, who put this together, looks like they're getting further into the commercial market, so it looks like a professional. Probably going to cost you some money to get that one. But again, we just want the simple writer.
Now the good thing about CutePDF is a lot of PDF writers that you'll see will create a watermark, which is like, it's sort of like, how would you describe a watermark?
Watermark like a slightly translucent
sort of piece of
branding.
Yeah, branding. That's exactly what it is. So they'll have their watermark brand on your PDF, and that might not look so professional if you like you were saying, we were doing a resume. You don't want to have some other company's brand across your PDF. So CutePDF is fantastic in the fact that it does not put any other input other than what you've put. So it doesn't have any kind of brand, it doesn't say CutePDF on it anywhere, and it's just a PDF.
That's right. So here we are on the page, convert to PDF documents on the fly for free. Sounds good. So free download, 1.82 meg. It's a small download.
It's not very large at all. It's not going to take up very much hard drive space.
No.
And that's really good.
So here it's asked me to save this. We'll save as, yes. And we'll put that on the desktop at the moment. Cute writer. Off it goes with, oh, look at that. It's the Downloader Accelerator Plus.
I love it. You know how much I love it.
I do. I know how much you love it. Okay, so we're done.
See, and that took absolutely no time at all, because in our other indispensables from before, we showed you previously how to use Download Accelerator Plus, which is our download manager of choice because it's so much faster.
Okay, so now we launched the Cute Writer program. Yes, we require elevated privileges to do this. We pretty much go next. We accept our license agreement.
You always have to accept the license agreement, otherwise it will not allow you to continue.
Correct. We'll go next on that.
Get rid of that taskbar. Now, they always try to sneak in a taskbar or a toolbar. Don't allow them to do that. You can just simply deselect it. Otherwise, you'll end up having a browser that's just full of bloatware, and it will slow down your experience and annoy you.
So we don't want the task toolbar. We don't want any of this.
Yep.
So next. Then we just want to install the program.
Very quickly.
Yes.
And it was.
It's pretty quick. QPOs must be used with the converter. Would you like to set on to download? Okay, so we need a converter that needs to go with it, a bit like a codec for a media player.
Yeah.
So we'll say yes. Let's download that too. Off it goes. And eventually this will end up with just a print option within any program that you use.
So then when you look at printers and devices, PDF Writer will be there as part of your printers and devices, yes or not?
On the system of, yes, I think it will.
I think so.
But it's certainly shown, yeah, it's a Windows printer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll come up in anything.
Yeah.
And once this download finishes, we'll PDF something. So maybe while that's happening in the background.
Let's open up a page and
PDF it.
Let's open up a page. Or maybe not that cover letter, but something else.
What do we got? We'll go to, say, new to Office document. Okay.
Use
here
that.
It comes up. We're installing. This is a little README that's come up to show us how to use it. And what we want to do is go back to our program here. So let's make a blank document.
Yeah, you can actually, why don't we select what the instructions were from CutePDF and make a PDF out of that?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go to this page. We can even print an HTML page. Okay. So we'll do a Control-A. We'll grab all of this. We put all of our information on CutePDF in here. Sort of changes the format a little bit because it has come from HTML to Word.
Now, this is what we're talking about. See, it's changed the format. Now, when you make a PDF document, it will never change the format.
That's right. It'll preserve what it is now.
Yes. Instead of coming up in a table, obviously they had that table so it's not visible in HTML, but in a Word document, you can see that they used a table in order to fill out their form.
Well, the formatting online in HTML, is very
always in
different.
tables, yeah.
That's correct. So then we can go print, and we see our list of printers, and we've got a new one called
CutePDF Writer, and that is your PDF document creation.
So you just simply select that as your printer. When you hit OK, you should get a prompt that will ask you to save it as a particular, here we go, so it's our save as.
Put it
as you can see, save as type is PDF files.
Yes.
And that's the standard.
Yes.
We'll call it document 1, and let's just save it on the desktop for now.
For now?
And
sure.
we say save.
Cool.
It goes away and does its thing.
Now let's go to the desktop and have a look at it.
Let's have a look. So if we go to the desktop, we should find, look, we've got
document
a PDF document 1. We click that one, and
there's your PDF, and it hasn't got the tables. See, it took away, it realized that the tables were simply an aspect of HTML and it wasn't part of the Word document, and it saved it as a PDF like that.
Yeah, those tables were invisible.
Yes.
It's still taken on some of the formatting of Word, but as you can see, it's smoothed and whatnot. And this document now is PDF. You can select and copy, but you can't edit it.
Yeah.
And that's the benefit for using it.
Which is why they use it for application forms and things like that, because it means people can't change anything in any of the fields.
That's right.
And that's how you use it. It's as simple as that.
That's CutePDF, an extremely useful and economical tool.
Definitely. It's our indispensable for this week.
Yeah.
And right now on PCTV, I want to show you a couple of fun things that we want to do, but I want to take you to a website that I'm sure a lot of our listeners and viewers will be able to make the most out of, which is livestation.com. Now, LiveStation basically gives you the world news from all the different channels that do news basically around the world. And as well as that, you can go regional, so you can get specific languages for any ethnicity that you get a name. They've got plenty of them up here. Everything from Hispanic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, everything from Hispanic to Sky News to Deutsche Welle, which is German. And then you've got other stuff like your business channels, you've got political channels, you've got special interest channels, which is one of my favorites because it's got NASA. And what you do is you can go onto NASA's own website, and they've got a live streaming channel which shows you what NASA's doing at the time. And I think right now what they're doing is they're interviewing someone on the ISS, the International Space Station, which you can see right there. And that can come up anytime you go look at it. And not only that, they show you stuff on Mars and stuff on a lot of their space projects. I spend a lot of time on this website.
That's fantastic.
Because it shows you stuff that you just would never normally know of.
Radio as well?
Yeah, and it's got radio, and it's got on demand, and it's got...
What's on demand?
It's like UNICEF's channel, Newsy's kind of a current events kind of thing. And then down the side, you can see they've got some suggestions there for you to look at. Now, once again, make sure that you have your data limits well and truly in your head before you start watching a live streaming thing, because it is in HD and it will use up quite a bit of your data. If you have a small amount of data per month, then maybe limit your viewing. But
possibly
if you've got
something not to look on the phone.
Maybe not on your phone, but if you've got like, 100 gigs a month or 200 gigs a month, and like there are some very crazy unlimited plans that are out there at the moment. If you've got an unlimited plan, then this is your website of choice. You can be up to date with every single news channel in the world, basically, and really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's one of my favorites. So that was livestation.com. Like I said, one of my favorite websites. And what we will do is we'll put a link up to LiveStation on the YouTube channel site so that you can access it anytime you want if you don't remember putting in livestation.com.
Yeah, that's great, Nizar.
It's an excellent, excellent website.